My name is Davido. You are all welcome to our home. I'm the father of I have 5 children, 3 boys and 2 girls. David Adeleke, that you all know as Davido, is the baby of my family, is the last born. And I'm calling this press conference, this is my ever first time of addressing the press. And for just one single reason. I'm not on the social media, but I'm sure those of you in the social media will have been inundated with all kinds of talks about almost every year this thing, keeps coming up regarding one little girl called Anu Lupo that lives in Ibadan. That Kemi has continually alleged that Kemi Olu lawyer has continually alleged that David is the father of the little girl. To start with, let me put it on record that I have 14 grandchildren, and I'll tell you the story about Anulupo and what has happened since I received a letter in 2014 from a lawyer in Ibadan alleging that my son David got somebody pregnant and abandoned the person with the child. And I'll tell you what the actions that I took immediately and what. But the reason why I call this press conference is for us to address. I'm not even sure if it's legal for someone to impersonate a minor. This Kemi Olu lawyer has been after my son David for many years. Everything she says about David is always negative, trying to put him in bad light, with the public. This that I'm about to read to you is what I received from the sister to Anu's mom that lives in Abuja. I'm not going to mention her name, but she's in communication with me. When this happened, she was the first, because I'm not in the social media. She saw the thing that was supposedly written by her niece, and then she sent this to me. She said, "Good afternoon, sir. So I hope your day is going well. I just saw this on a blog post. I just wanted to clarify that the account is not run by me, Ayo, or my mom. The account is run by Kemi Olu lawyer, whom we have cut ties with years ago. I really do not know why she keeps posting these things, knowing fully well that we are no longer in communication. We have reached out to her several times to stop posting anything about Anu. I'm sorry if this embarrasses your family in any way." And immediately I saw this, I called David. I said, "David, have you seen anything in the social media?" She said a lot of things, that this woman has started again. And I've always told David to ignore this woman, because someone that her own son, her own biological son, has come out to the general public to say that it disowns her, she's no more her mom, she's crazy, she's that. So if her own son can say that about her, why should we bother about what she says about David? That was why I've always told David, just ignore her, and move on with your life. So when I received this, and on YouTube, I've seen all kinds of things people have been saying, and I just said, look, maybe this might be a good time for me, as head of my family, to say our own side of this story. Like I said, I have 14 grandchildren. So what will one more do? Is it that I will not be able to afford to do things for her, or bring her into my family? But there's science. DNA. If you say you are my granddaughter, and the science has proven that you are my granddaughter, I will gladly accept her. So let me tell you the story of how I got to know about Anu. I received it. This is the document. I received this in the mail. Through DHL to my office. This is the DHL sent to me by Mandele A. Aiku and Co. from Ibadan in 2014 by DHL. And in the package, there are pictures of a little girl and pictures of David. I mean, they put David picture, with the little girl. This was, maybe they took, I don't know where they cropped David's picture and put it. And this, the mother of the girl. So I received this in the mail, 2014. And in that mail, also, curiously, there was the birth certificate of the child. And what caught my attention was that in the record of the birth certificate, they said full name of father, Adeleke David. Full name of mother, Adeleke Ayotomide. How can she be Adeleke? So that is. See, that caught my attention. And then also in that DHL package was this letter from the grandmother of Anu, with her telephone number. I'm going to still show everybody up close so you can see everything. And he wrote, "Dear sir, I know you and your family are in good health and your work is thriving well because the Lord has been good to you, so I do not expect otherwise. Sir, I'm a widow with 2 daughters. I lost my husband 13 years ago and have single-handedly raised both of them with the help of God, but still but it has been very challenging. Early last year, my eldest daughter, Ayotomide, informed me that your son, David Adeleke, was responsible for her pregnancy. Their meeting occurred when your son came to Ibadan for a show. I sat with her as a mother to ask her about the father of the child, and she has confided in me so many times that your son is indeed the father of her child. She put to bed on November 19, 2013, and gave birth to a baby girl. So I'm not trying in any way to extort you, but to ask that your son steps up for paternity tests to confirm and take full responsibility of his daughter. I'm also not asking your son to marry her at all. Contained in this envelope are pictures of the baby and my daughter. Sir, I know you are a God-fearing man, and I plead with you for the sake of the pain that a widow goes through to raise our children, that you give me a quick and favorable response. Thank you, and God bless you." Immediately I saw this letter, even before calling David, before telling David, about this letter, I called this woman. And I said, "Look, I've not spoken to my son yet, but I'm going to speak to him. But I'll suggest to you to give me your address in Ibadan. I'll send my driver to come and know where you live. But I can assure you that if this girl is my granddaughter, you have no problems with me. I will welcome her into my family happily. She was happy. She gave me her address. I gave the address to my driver. My driver went to Ibadan the next day to know exactly where they live. And I told her that, look, the hospital that I use in Lekki here is an Indian hospital, Vedic hospital. That's where I do my checkups and everything. And that I can ask the hospital to arrange for a DNA test. So when I went to the hospital, I went there myself. The hospital told me that they don't actually do the DNA test in-house, but there's a clinic that they partner with that they will invite to take samples of both the child and the father. But these samples will be sent to South Africa for analysis. A laboratory in South Africa, because it's not done in Nigeria. I don't think they have a lab in Nigeria that can do the DNA analysis. And I said, okay. And I called her, gave her the information that anytime they are ready, I'll send my driver to pick you up from Ibadan. So on the appointed day, I sent my driver to Ibadan very early. And my driver brought the mother of the child, the grandmother, and the baby. The three of them came. And because my driver knows Vedic Hospital, they came in. They were already there before I came in with, because I asked David to come here, and Lati, his aide. So David, myself, and Lati went, and we met them at Vedic Hospital. We went upstairs, and the Indian doctor said, he will allow only David, myself, the grandma, the mother of the baby, and the child. Lati can wait. So we're all in the same room. And he told us the procedure. It was not, I've read in the social media that they were drawing blood. It was not done by blood. It was from their saliva in their mouth. So they brought the thing and swapped David's and put it in the container and sealed it. Swapped the baby's own and sealed it. And they told us that these samples will be sent to South Africa for analysis. And then when it's ready, myself and the mom and the grandmother grandmother of the baby, signed that both of us would be the ones to receive the result. So when the result was ready, I called her, Madam, they said that the result is out. I'll send my driver to pick you up so that both of us, because they will not give it to one person. We've already signed that both of us will see the result. So we went and they opened the result before both of us, and I'll read to you what, and I'm still going to show it to you. I'll show you all the other ones that we did also, but I can only show it to you, but I will not allow you to copy it because of one reason. Number one, it's very dangerous for someone's DNA profile to be in the public. Dangerous for David for one reason. Somebody can use it to frame him. If somebody commits a crime tomorrow and they say, they've taken sample of saliva or blood or whatever, or sperm or what, in case of rape, and the police comes out to say this is the DNA profile of the person will go to jail. So I cannot share. I'll let you see it, but I will not allow you to copy his DNA. The portion that shows the result without the DNA profile, I'll show you. You can copy that. And at the same time also, I cannot legally share with you the DNA profile of that innocent little girl, Anu, because she's a minor, and I don't have the permission of her parents to share her DNA, so we have to be very careful. But anyway, I'll show you the result for you to just see. And so they opened this was the This was the first DNA. This is the original copy that I was giving one, and the grandma was giving another one. And at the end of the whole story, they wrote here that probability of paternity, 0.00%. And the mom asked the lab guy that, what does this mean? Say, it means that David is not the father of this child. And she was really disappointed. She broke down. She was crying, the grandmother. And then, okay, I skipped a point. When we first got to Vatican Hospital with David, and David saw the girl, David said, Daddy, I've never seen this girl before. And what I told David, I said, look, I don't want to listen to you. Whether you've seen her before or not, all I want is this DNA test. I don't want to know the story. I don't know what happened. I don't want to know. As if this girl is our child, I'm taking her. That was settled. And David was, asked the girl, have you seen me before? I said, stop, don't talk to her. Because that would be, it's like you're harassing her. Don't. So the girl was very quiet girl. She didn't say anything. She kept quiet. So we went. So the mom was disappointed, was crying that the result was not what she expected. And I told her, I said, look, people can make mistakes. Maybe they made a mistake in the lab. Maybe there's something. What I would suggest to you is, let us do 2 more tests. I'll advise that you please stay in Lagos for 1 week. I'll pay for your hotel. Since the baby is here, the mom is here, the 3 of you should stay. Find 2 more reputable places. I don't know where else. This is the only place I come that can do this DNA test in Nigeria, so that I can go there and do it before. So I gave some money to my driver. Go and get the hotel. Make sure they are comfortable. Give them some money to keep. And if you want the driver to drive around, fine. If you don't want to take Uber, just take 1 week. I came back home with the result. David was not there. I called him. Your result is out. The result says you are not the father of the child. David said, Daddy, I told you I've never seen this girl before. I said, well, that's not the end of the story, because I've asked the mom to stay so that we can do more, at least 2 confirmatory tests. He said, okay, fine. And I told him, anytime we are going, let me know when you are going to be back in Nigeria, so that we'll be able to fix. But the mom and the daughter, they are in Lagos. So if they are ready to do it, you have to come back immediately, so we can do this other 2 confirmatory tests. Around 7 p.m. that day, my driver called me, said he was calling from Ibadan. I said, what are you doing in Ibadan? He said the grandmother got upset, was saying all kinds of things to the daughter, and she was really, really, very upset, and said that, she wants to go back to Ibadan. She doesn't want to stay in Lagos anymore. She's no more interested in anything. So that was why he took them to Ibadan. And I didn't hear anything from her anymore. The first time I heard something was the grandmother went to the Oni of Ife to tell Oni of Ife to please prevail upon me to accept this child that David gave money the day we went to give the samples, that David gave money to somebody in the. David does not even know them in that hospital. I was there. I was the one that paid the bill. We did not pay. David did not pay. We were in the room together. They took the sample, and we left together. The grandmother said he saw David giving a big envelope to somebody to maybe change the samples or whatever. She alleged that the thing was tampered with. She went to the monarch of my town, the Timi of Ede, and also reported me that they should prevail upon me that why are we doing a DNA test? Can't they see that this girl is very light-skinned, that we have light-skinned people in my family, he looks like us and all that. I said, look, I'm going to only rely on the science of. So when my Oni of Ife called me, I told them my own story. And I said I offered her that we should do this confirmatory test. That she did not take the offer, she left. Thereafter, we started getting things from Kemi Olu lawyer. She went and took over their case and started bombarding, saying all kinds of things in the social media, all kinds of lies. And I told David, don't pay her any mind, just let her. Someone that her own family has said she's crazy, so why should we bother about her? So we left everything. That was 2014. In 2020, I received a call, late 2020, when the COVID thing was, easing. So I received a call from the girl's auntie that lives, the younger sister to the mom, that lives in Abuja, and said, sir, please, I know you asked my mom to do this confirmatory test. Is it possible that we do the test now? I said, yes, we can still do it. Anytime, if this baby is my granddaughter, I want her. She said, okay. I said, this is what you do? Okay, and before then, through this Kemi and some other people in the social media, they also alleged that maybe it's not David, maybe it's my nephew, called B-Red. Because B-Red's name is Adebayo, but his middle name also is David. It's Adebayo, David Adeleke. So when the auntie of the little girl called, I said, look, this is what we are going to do. You go and pick your own clinic of your choice. Come to Lagos. I'll make sure David is available. Bring the little girl. We'll go to your own clinic and do it. I said, but before we do that, I'm going to arrange for another clinic in Lekki, apart from the Vedic one we went before, so that David and that little girl will do 2 more tests. And then I'll arrange 2 clinics for my nephew, Bayo, to do 2 tests. I said, so the day you are going to come, we are going to have 4 different tests. So that was why people, you must have heard that we've done about 5 DNA tests. Actually, 3 was done by David, 2 by Bayo. So the girl came. They went. I didn't follow them. They went to the first clinic in Lekki here. From that Lekki, they went to 2 other clinics in VI for Bayo and the girl to get their swabs. And then the clinic that the girl's family arranged was in Ilupeju. So they went to Ilupeju the same day and got and submitted their samples. And the clinic said they are going to send their result electronically to the mom and to David's lawyer. A copy to them, a copy to us. So when the result came, the grandmother still said the same thing, that, oh, no, they're going to give them money to bribe them. to manipulate the result. So at that point, I always want to have a clear conscience in anything I do. So I said, okay, I'm not a medical doctor, but I have 2 PhDs. I'm not honorary degree. I earned it. I have to. So I went to school. Let me go and read this and compare the profiles. So what I did was, my granddaughter Emade, her middle name is Aurora. This application for her US passport. If you are a child born to a US citizen, before America will give your child a passport, they require a DNA test. So this was in 2015. So when I said, look, let me even take Emade's DNA test and this little girl's own, Anu, and compare David's DNA profile, see if it's the same. Since they are alleging that something must have gone wrong. So I took the 2, which I'm going to show you now, and I checked the profile exactly the same. Emade's own says 99.999% that David is the father of Emade. This one says 0.00%. The same clinic. The same clinic. So I called the auntie in Ibadan. I said, look, you are a graduate? He said, yes. I said, look, the only reason I'm talking to you is because you are a very nice person. You are young and kind at your age. Because she told me she's been paying the school fees of Anu. She's been taking care of her with her little income. I said, if you, at this age, taking care of your mom, your sister, and your niece, you must have a very kind heart. And God will bless you. I said, but please, what did you study? He said she studied science. I said, since you are a scientist, please, take the 2 DNA results. You have it. Check your niece's DNA profile on the 2 different results. See if they are the same. Check David's own from the 2 different labs and see if they are the same. And I told her, I've already checked. This was in 2020. I said, I've already checked the one David did with for the US passport with Emade, and I've seen that the profile is exactly the same. So she called me back to say she has already checked. That, sir, she's not asking me, she needs my help, but she's not asking me for help for the little girl as a family member. That she knows that I help a lot of people to go to school. I have a foundation called the Springtime Foundation. At any point in time, we don't make any noise about it. But at any point in time, I have about 3,000 students in universities in Nigeria that I send to school. At any point, as we speak today, I have at least 3,000 students going to school under my scholarship. So I said, okay, what do you want me to do? She said, I cannot afford to continue to pay for her. If you can help me out. I said, look, fine. How much is her school fees? She told me. I sent her way more, a little more than that, because she needed to buy computer and things. I sent the money to her. Like I said, this auntie, I've never met her before. We've been talking on the phone. I've never met her in person. But like I said, very responsible, very kind, very nice. And I was impressed, with her. Even though even till now I've not met her. So I said, look, I'll be sending you X amount of money every month for Anu's upkeep. I did not even discuss with, because I told her, I said, the day they went to Ilukweju, David called me after they left, said, Daddy, I feel sorry for that little girl. She needs to know her. Can we help the girl? I said, yes. But let them ask for it. If they don't need our help, we can't just rush to say. So when the girl came, I said, even David has told me that we can help this little girl. So after about 2 or 3 months, I called the girl's aunt in Abuja. I said, look, helping your niece is fine, but it will be better. You are a graduate, and just 2 of you in your family from your mom. Why didn't your sister go to school? You say, well, she dropped out, she was pregnant. That's okay. Does she still want to go to school? Because the help I can do for her that can help Anu is for her mom to make something of herself, get a degree, get a job, and take care of her child. She said, sir, if you can do that, I'll be very happy. I'll do it. I have a school, Adeleke University. If she's willing to come, I will enroll her in the school. We have a program for mature, we call them mature students. You know, people that are already married before coming to, they do a work-study program where they earn 50,000 every month from the school while they are in school. I say, I'm going to enroll her in that program. Although she'll be in the dormitory, these other ones, they live outside campus because they are married, but I will allow her to be in the dormitory, be in that work-study program, and earn 50,000 a month for herself. While this is her school record. So she came to Adeleke University. We didn't announce it to anybody. While Olu lawyer was every year abusing us, the girl was in our school. I didn't say anything to anybody. I just told, they just ignore her. This is her school. I cannot show you her school record because it would be illegal to show you hers. But until she left, she did 100 level, she did 200 level, she had good grades. She was studying English. This is the mother of the child at Adeleke University. But I'll show you her scholarship, her admission. This was her for clearance, her picture and everything. I'll show it to you from Adeleke University when she enrolled. This was from Springtime Development Foundation letter of scholarship award. This was dated This was dated 18 January 2021. Labinjo Grace Ayomide is what it wrote here. Maybe, okay, they wrote Ayomide, but it's Ayotomide Grace. This has school record. And I'll read the letter. Say, the Springtime, this award of higher institutional scholarship for 2020-2021 academic session, 100 level. The Springtime Development Foundation is a non-profit Seventh-day Adventist Christian non-governmental organization with its head office in Ede, Osun State, Nigeria, established in 1996, exclusively funded by Dr. Deji Adeleke. One of the aims of the foundation is manpower development through the award of scholarships in selected higher institutions of learning in the country. In light of the above, I am therefore pleased to inform you that your application for financial assistance has been favorably considered by the Foundation's Board of Trustees. You have been awarded a scholarship in the sum of blah, blah, 100% to study English at Adeleke University. So based on this, she enrolled. And she was doing well in school. She did 100 level. She did her 200 level. In August, I think August 2022, is it 2022 or 20, let me see, the last time she attended school. This is her faculty, this is her name. Faculty of Arts, this is her name here. So at the end of our 200 level, in August of that particular year, I think it's 2020, I think it's 2022 August, she completed her 200 level. I think she was in summer school. I received a call from my sister. My sister lives in Ede, my younger sister, to say that this woman came, the grandma came with Ayo and the little girl Anu to see her, and insisted that, look, she has gone to various places and they've assured her that Anu is David's child, that she should prevail upon me to accept the child. So my sister now told her, look, everything about this girl I know. The first thing, you see, I'm saying this because I want that little girl to have a closure. And it's what the grandma is doing to that little girl is not fair. The girl deserves to know the dad. And it's better to eliminate all leads to prove beyond reasonable doubt that, okay, this is. While Ayo was in school at Adeleke University, she confided in Dr. Sikiru Adeleke, my cousin, who works at Adeleke University, who I asked to please take care of Ayo, and who was in charge of where Ayo did her work study. He said, you are a very quiet, nice girl, you are smart, you are doing well in school. How can you not know who you got pregnant for? She told my Dr. Sikiru Adeleke that in actual fact that there's another person that works in a bank in Ibadan. And also share the pictures of that guy. The guy is very light-skinned. He said, okay, why didn't you do a DNA test with this guy also? He said, first and foremost, did you sleep with this girl? According to Dr. Sikiru, I was not there. I said, yes. So if you did, he said it was, before the guy got married, that they were dating. It's okay. Why don't you go to the guy and do the DNA test? He said the guy said he's already married, that you should just leave him alone, that doesn't want his wife to know anything about this, that he's not going to do any DNA test with them. In fact, Sikiru offered to say, look, you can compel him to do it. You can go to court and they'll compel him to do it if he doesn't want to do it voluntarily. That was before she left Adeleke University. So the day they went in August to my sister's house, my sister brought the matter up in the presence of the grandma. He said, Ayo, didn't you tell Dr. Sikiru that you had somebody else that works in Ibadan, and the picture is in your phone. Open it and show it to me. And she did, in the presence of her mom. Showed it to my sister, that is true. Have you done DNA test with this person? She said no. So why are you insisting when we have done DNA test with David 3 times? We have 2 results. The other result, the third result, they said the samples were contaminated, so they discarded it. So with David, we have done 3. With Bayo, we've done 2, making 5. See, and these profiles are the same. It doesn't lie. So that was the last day. So they left my sister's house. Like, the grandmother was upset as usual. And they left. And I don't know what happened. The girl did not come back to school to start her 300 level. I don't know what the mom said to her. But somebody said that the mom made it very clear that, look, I'm not going to be babysitting for you. Since they are not accepting your child in their family. So maybe it's because of that she left school. I don't know. I don't know the story. But she left school. But one interesting thing is this. After she left school since that 2023, from the records in her bursary, the school kept paying that 50,000 to her account because Dr. Sikru forgot to stop the salary. Up till October last year, 2025, the money was still being paid to her. This is her name on the payroll. That is not even an issue. But I just want people to know that, and I'll show you the details, the profile, so that you can read it yourself and be convinced. The only thing you cannot take, but you take the portion that says, the result, but not the profile. So this is the story. So saying that we don't want to accept her, I'll be more than happy to accept her. This house, I live alone. My wife is late. I live alone in this house. I have my grandkids come here every weekend. I call them my roommates. I have 14 and still counting. David has never denied a child. Has never denied a child. He has a son in the UK called Dawson. He's the one that called. Daddy, that boy is my son. I said, no, I want a DNA test. The boy in London. I said, you are going to do the DNA test anyway, because you are going to apply for American passport for the boy, and the requirement, you must do the test. He said, yes. You might as well go and do it. He did the test and sent it to me. And it shows 99.99% that David is the father of the boy. The boy is part of our family. Haley, the same thing. Emade did. There was no doubt that Emade is David's child, but he did it because of the American passport, the DNA test. And in all these tests, David's profile is constant, the same, including the one he did with Anu in Ibadan. 3 times, but 2 results, because one of the samples, got messed up. So why would somebody deliberately be maligning? Look at what we have done without announcing it to anybody. Bringing this girl to go to school too. Later on this year, like I said, the auntie in Ibadan, I've never met her. But I'm impressed with that lady, that young woman. Since that 2014, every year, she sent me happy birthday, sir. My birthday is March 6th. Every year she send me happy birthday. May God continue to bless you, keep you in good health. I say thank you. Every year. Last year, the same thing. In March. In October last year, she sent me a text and a video of Anu saying, look, I've seen this girl through. Okay, let me go back. After that incident, when the grandma went to my sister's place in 2022, August, I called the Joseph, bring that phone. Bring my phone. I want to read to you what I said to the girl's auntie in Ibadan. So in 2022, she will send me the receipt, everywhere acknowledging it, pictures of receipt and things they bought for her without asking her. Pictures of a laptop and everything. So in 2022, when the grandma went with that drama again at my sister's place, I was upset. I sent her a test. This is the test that was on August 31st, 2022. I sent a test to, I said, your mom is taking my kindness towards your niece and your sister for stupidity. Despite 2 DNA tests that eliminated David as the father of the girl, and your sister's own admission that one particular light-skinned boy in Ibadan slept with her during the same period, and with also showing the boy's pictures. Your mom still went to my sister in Ede 2 weeks ago to claim that David is the father of your niece. Your sister showed my own sister the pictures of the Ibadan boy in the presence of your mom when my sister confronted her about the boy. But because of your mom, I don't want to have anything to do with the little girl anymore. Your sister can continue to attend school on scholarship and keep her work study, campus work of 50,000 per month until she graduates. You can show people, this is what I sent to you can read it directly. You can show them. That's what I sent to the girl. So I tell her she can continue until she graduates. I did not withdraw the scholarship. I did not say don't come back to school because she was doing well in school. So that's how I stopped sending money to the auntie. Until this year, in last year, October, she sent me the little girl's October last year. She sent me the little girl's graduation picture to say, this is, let me read what she sent to me. This October 24, 2025. 2025. I'll read it out. Yeah, I'll read it out. Say, good evening, sir. I trust this message meets you well and in good health. May the grace of God continue to multiply all that you do. and bless the many lives you touch. It is indeed difficult for me to do this, but I have to. Please, sir, kindly read to the end. Sir, I write to you today with all humility and respect, not on my own behalf, but for the sake of a child, Anolua. A lot has happened in the past which I would rather not dwell on because it pains me when I remember. I chose to look forward and focus on the future. God has been faithful, and by His grace, I've been able to see Anu through her primary education. This is the auntie, the younger sister to her mom, to Anu's mom. That's why I say I'm very impressed with the girl. I've not met her in person before, but so she continues to say she has done exceptionally well, always among the best in her class, and even served as head girl when she graduated from primary school. Now that she has begun secondary school, I find myself overwhelmed by the financial demands that come with this new stage. It is in light of this that I humbly seek your assistance, sir, not as a family obligation, but as one of the many children whom God may lay on your heart to help, as you have done for so many others. Please, sir, I wish to make this appeal, independent of my mother or my sister, as this is solely about giving a bright and innocent child a chance to continue her education and fulfill her potential. Also, I know how you feel towards what they did. I'm deeply grateful for your time and consideration, sir, and I pray that God continues to bless and strengthen you as you touch more lives through your generosity. With utmost respect and gratitude. She signed off her name. Then when I saw it, I did not even ask her anything. I just said, how much is her school fees? I decided that, since she has asked me again, I'll continue. She told me, this was October last year, and I sent her the money. And she told me that all she needs is the school fees. She can take care of the maintenance of the girl, but school fees, I can help her. I said, I'll help you with the school fees. I did not discuss it with anybody, not with David, not with anyone. If all this thing all this communication with this auntie in Ibadan, David does not even know about it. I did not discuss it with anybody in my family or anybody else. So in October 29, 2025, please, madam, please read this. Read what I wrote here. This October, just read what I wrote.
I am just wondering why your mom removed your sister from Adeleke University.
In October last year. Last year, October. I did not discuss this with David. I did not discuss with anybody. And after I sent that, she came back to me to say that maybe because of the child, that the sister might not be able to go back. I said, you have just 2 years. Free accommodation, free school fees, everything. Finish your degree. And what I had in mind for her was, if she finishes her degree, I was going to give her a job in that school. So, and I've done it for so many people. There's somebody that went to that school, finished her degree. She's a lecturer in that school now. Did her master, did her PhD in the same faculty where this. So what I had in mind was, if she can finish, she'll do her master, do her PhD, and get a job there and take care of her own child or by herself. I thought to myself that this is the best I can do for her. But the reason why I call this press conference is that the fact that all you see in the social media is not this little girl writing it. It's not the mother of the girl writing it. It's Kemi Olunloyo. The woman is crazy. What she's doing is even illegal. because you are impersonating a minor. She's the one that established the account for the little girl, established the account for the mother of the girl. And then using this account, at anytime she wants to start trouble, it's like every year. And from what the family told me, from what the girl told me, she was using the family, using the little girl to make money. That's why they had the falling apart. That's why they stopped talking to her. She was using them. She's the one that controls those accounts. It's not legal. She can, nobody, you know, apparently she claims she's not in Nigeria. But she can get into trouble. How can you use a minor's name, open account? I don't know why the Instagram, or I'm not on social media, whichever one she's using, to use this girl's name to write all kinds of nonsense against. Because I've started paying the girl's school fees again, the auntie was worried. I told her, don't worry about it. You know, you are not the one doing it. It's this crazy Kemi Olun lawyer. She claims that she was my late wife's best friend. How can you be my late wife's best friend and I don't know you? I've never met you. I know those that are my late wife's best friend. One of them is late. The other two, they live in UK. There's nothing we do in our family, in America, anywhere they will come. In Nigeria, they come. Those are the two people I know were best friends of my late wife. They went to school together in UK, did everything, grew up together. Those are the two friends I know. I've never met this Kemi Olu lawyer before. She claimed that she drove my wife to the hospital when they had David. How? When David was born, I was in London with my wife. She was pregnant. She took heel. I took her to the hospital in London. They said she needed blood transfusion. I told the doctor that she has some antibodies. This is what her doctor in America said I should tell any doctor. The guy was having an attitude. We got into a fight. I said, look, I don't want you to treat my wife anymore. A white guy. They brought somebody else. She got the transfusion. When we got to my house in London, I said, look, you are not looking well. The very next day, I put her in the plane. She said, no, Deji, I want to wait with you. Let's go together. I said, no, please. You have to go. See your doctor in America. By the time the plane landed in America, November 21st, 1992, they took her from that airport straight to the hospital. That was the day David was born. Brought the child out, flushed out her blood because she got the wrong blood. And the doctor said we are lucky that if I have not asked her to leave, the child will have died, she will have died too. Because they gave her the wrong blood. So how can this crazy Kemi Olun lawyer be telling people that she's the one that drove my wife to the hospital to have David? The woman is a lunatic. And it's because of her I'm doing this press conference. Otherwise, I don't talk to the press. I don't talk to anybody. I just like to live my life quietly. But enough is enough. And people are so gullible. I see all kinds of things, annoying things in the social media. People saying things they don't know. Saying that God will punish David for leaving this child. God will do. What do you want David to do? Accept a child that is not his own? Are we going to deny a child because we don't have money to feed the child or what? Or I don't have money to pay school fees? When at any point in time, I have about 3,000 people that I don't even know that I pay their school fees on scholarship. At any point, as we speak now. At any point in time. I don't understand. So this is the reason why I call this. I'm going to show you the DNA test and the portion you can copy without compromising the DNA profile of David or the child, so that everybody, I want everybody to see it, and let us look at it one by one. I think, I will suggest to David that we might have to, because it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. I was one that told him to ignore her. But with the way she's going about this, lying, and then using an account that does not belong to her, using a child's name, to impersonate a child and the mother of the child. She belongs in jail anyway,
Have you had any communication with her? Have you tried to
Never.
cease and desist to her? Because she also petitioned the Academy Awards where your son is nominated.
It doesn't matter. She's lying. They will check, let her petition whoever she wants to petition. It doesn't matter. That's not the reason I'm doing this. It doesn't matter. Because she's lying. She's crazy. If you petition anybody you want to petition, she lies a lot. She says this, she's that, she's a farmer, she's that, she's a liar. The family says she's crazy, she's receiving psychiatric help somewhere. Her own father said it. So I don't care whatever she says, petitions. Why will you petition? What is the, are they police people? It's about basic. It's not that, character also. But they can't just take somebody's word for it. Somebody that's done a paternity test and didn't several and says he's not the child, he's not the father of the child. Okay? If I can be paying the girl's school fees, sending her money, knowing that fully that she's not my grandchild, without telling anybody, if I can ask the mom to come to my school and go to school free of charge, and still pay her 50,000 every month for her upkeep, I would have been so glad if this girl was my granddaughter, so I can spoil her silly like the other ones. I call them my roommates. They come here every weekend. You see my swimming pool, you can see the level for kids, not for adults. So I don't know. So I don't care what she says. She's crazy. We are going to consider suing her.